story about Jesus?
This story is from the Bible, which is a special book to Christians.
The Bible tells us Jesus was the Son of God, but Jesus had another daddy too. His name was Joseph. Joseph was engaged to Mary. Joseph was really handy to have around because he was a carpenter and he could make things with wood.
Our film is going to be the real meaning of Christmas. We're not going to be talking about turkeys or tinsel or eating too much food. So, a long time ago, even before any teachers were born, an angel visited Mary.
The angel gave Mary the shock of her life. The angel told Mary she was going to have a baby who will be the Son of God. Mary couldn't believe her ears, and she wasn't exactly sure how she was going to tell Joseph.
Joseph also couldn't believe what he was hearing, so he had to have a little lying down to take in the news. When he was asleep, an angel came to visit Joseph. He said it is okay to marry Mary, so she was a really nice lady, and this baby is going to be extra special.
When Joseph wakes up, he decides to marry Mary sooner rather than later, which they did in Joseph's hometown in Bethlehem.
Bethlehem was busy, to say the least. In fact, it was rammed with people who had come to fill in a census.
A census is a list of how many people live in one place.
Joseph and Mary haven't booked a place to stay in, and they had a nightmare trying to find somewhere to stay. Every door they knocked on, the landlord said no.
No, you can't come in. We are full.
Eventually, one of the innkeepers had a good idea, and he said they could use the stable to sleep in. It wasn't their first choice. At the end of the day, it was somewhere to rest after a long day travelling on a donkey.
It was just as well they found somewhere
as Mary went into labour and she had her baby.
The baby was wrapped up in strips of cloth where the animals are normally fed. What a special night that was.
Now, up on the hills, the shepherds were watching the sheep, when all of a sudden, one of God's angels appeared, saying that an important king was born. More angels came, and the shepherds decided this was a bit out of the ordinary. They should probably go and have a look.
They weren't the only people who went to see the baby. Unlike most families, they received quite a few visitors who came with gifts. But there were no flowers for Mary or baby toys for Jesus. Instead, they have some presents from some wise men.
The wise men have seen a bright star. It was brighter than any other star, and they decided to follow it.
Eventually, they arrived in Bethlehem with gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Mary wasn't sure what to do with the presents. She wasn't sure that they were going to be useful, but she was grateful all the same. After everything had calmed down, Mary and Joseph named the baby Jesus.
when he was 8 days old, just like the angel had told them to do. Afterwards, the new little family were advised to travel to Egypt to avoid the nasty King Herod. So they packed up and set off in the middle of the night. But that is a whole different story. And that is our story of Christmas. Thanks for watching. Nadolig Slaven from Dosbarth, Redwood.